We already knew about Iron Fist and Luke Cage.
Which wasn't surprising at all.
No.
Not even a little bit.
Especially with Iron Fist, a little bit with Luke Cage.
A little bit, but not much.
But not a whole lot. But
Yeah.
with Daredevil,
It's gone.
it's gone.
Season 3 was the last season.
And I haven't watched season 3 yet, but I hear
It's good.
like everybody who I've talked to who's a fan of the first season thinks that the second season has its moments, because that's how I feel about both of those.
Yeah.
They all really liked season 3.
As someone who's watched Daredevil from the beginning and was super excited about it because it's an exciting story, if someone tells you, hey, a blind Irishman is going to fight ninjas, yeah, you're going to watch that. But this took it to a whole new level, and it's just such a great comic. And I watched season 3 that weekend when it came out. I've always done with the Daredevils. A lot of people can talk crap about the Marvel Netflix universe, its own side universe a little bit.
Oh yeah, I watched one episode of The Defenders and I was like, no.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a lot of stuff that doesn't work. Daredevil, it's been proven to work, and they just don't want to have anything. I don't think it's a thing of nobody watched it. I believe plenty of people watched it.
Like Luke Cage was a show that started off really strong for me.
Yeah,
and it was pretty much right after Cottonmouth got out of there.
Yeah, when Mahershala Ali just bailed and they brought in a new villain.
That's one of the quality drops.
Yeah,
but like Daredevil was never as bad as any of the other shows when they were bad. Even when Daredevil wasn't as good, it wasn't as bad as like Iron Fist.
Daredevil, even though he left before season 1 started, technically was created by Drew Goddard, the man who brought us Cabin in the Woods and the El Royale.
Bad Times
at the El Royale.
Oh,
he's
man.
still credited in the credits, but he was the guy who pushed that forward. And even though he's not part of it anymore, the show always had his spirit in him. It was always a fantastic show that was ambitious. It told very specific stories, very well done. It was captivating, and it always looked great. There's one long take fight scene every season, and no show does that.
The True Detective thing.
Yeah, exactly. True Detective was the first TV show to do that. I mean, it's been around in cinema for years, but they did it really well, even though you can tell what the cuts are, because you just have to do it.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's that's just not the way that filming works. Like, I mean, if you can pull it off, then oh my god, then just it's like a Rube Goldberg device of everything having to go exactly right in order to pull off that kind of.
But
a long
still,
take.
even to pull it off seamlessly, which even though I study a lot of film and I make a little bit of film, I can see where the cuts are. I have a highly trained brain for this sort of thing. The common observer is not going to notice that.
Right. Now well, that's the goal, is that you're so immersed that you're not counting, that you're not paying that much of attention.
And Netflix was like, no, we're good.
Well, I mean, it all comes back to Disney. They want their characters for their thing that they're about to do.
I think that's what it is.
I'm sure that we're going to hear more about that in the coming weeks and months as we get closer to Disney Plus being a thing. But still, nonetheless, just because of how strong the show was, it was still kind of a shocker to get that news. It still kind of felt like abrupt.
I haven't checked this myself, but I've heard from other people that Jessica Jones season 4 and Punisher season 2 have already started creation, like they're already making it. Mm-hmm. So you can't cancel those while they're being made.
That's you can, but you're out a lot of money.
Yeah, so that's a lot of money loss. So I think that's why we haven't heard about them. And those shows don't deserve to be canceled. I'm sure they're going to be great because their history shows that. I think it's just a matter of time, because I think it's the thing you said about Disney Plus.
Yeah, they want their characters back.
Exactly. However, I do think I do take a separate take on it. The press release for Daredevil has this thing of, well, we're happy with the work we've done, and we're excited to see what the future may hold for this Daredevil and these actors, or something along those lines. It gives you the idea that maybe in the future we will see Charlie Cox be the Man Without Fear again. However, I think Disney Plus, being an entity, its own streaming service, does play a major factor, but I don't think they're going to make the Marvel TV shows, at least not the same capacity that they did on Netflix.
No, there's no way that it's just going to be a straight transfer.
It's too off-brand. It's too adult and intense, and Disney Plus is not about that. So I feel like a little bit is of this thing of, well, you're a streaming service, we're starting our own streaming service. You can't have our thing, even though I don't feel like we're going to make it. And you see this a lot in Hollywood. People will not give rights up to certain scripts or IPs because they own it, and they don't want someone else making money off of it. Not that they will do it.
Kind of like Robert Zemeckis and Back to the Future, but that's getting ahead of ourselves.
A little bit. And now this is totally speculation. I have no proof to back this up. It's just an idea I have. They're taking it away from Netflix so that Netflix can't make the money off of it. That doesn't necessarily mean they're going to make it themselves.
This is true. This is true.
Absolutely. In all fairness, and we have to say this because a subject that we're going to get into later in the episode proves this. We have to say this is purely speculation, not proven to be fact.
Oh, it's absolute speculation.
Absolute. But it's just an idea ahead.
Yeah, just like I'm sure that they want the characters back. That doesn't mean that they want to use them for their own series over here. It's just that they can't have somebody from their brand over here whenever they've got they now have skin in this game.
Yep.
So we can't have you playing over here. If you're going to play anywhere, it's right here, but you're not going to play right here right now.
That's money loss, and that basically means that some executive is fired. And the thing about executives,
they get fired every day.
And they hate it
every day,
and they don't like it. They try really hard not to.
Yeah, they try
really hard not to do the one thing that they do a lot.
That's why that's why those that's why Spider-Man 3 happens. Is executives trying not to lose their jobs.
That's why the Amazing Spider-Man happens. And Spider-Man 2 happens.